you're this close to having $100 million in your bank account, but you're also this close to being broke. Alright, what's up guys? It is getting cold in New York City, as you can tell by my jacket. I have been, as I mentioned in the previous video, I've been sick. Not COVID, but just regularly old sick, and it's sort of thrown me off my routine, and it sort of made me realize how important a routine is. Sorry. Fuck, I missed that light. But yeah, just really throwing me off my routine, like throwing me off my schedule. I'm still going to sleep around 10, but I'm most definitely not waking up at 4 anymore. And it's fucking me up. I'm losing that sort of edge, and that it does really give you an edge. I know that sounds weird, waking up at 4, but it really does help. And it's just something that I can't really explain until you've done it for like 2 months. And yeah, it's just weird. Like I used to have these mornings where I could wake up at 4, I can take an hour before I go to the gym, feed myself, take time with it, and then head over to the gym, right? And then sort of have everything, and then still have plenty of time left for basically just easing into the day. But now that's not the case. And yeah, it's been strange, I gotta say. I'm gonna try to get back into it. I'm feeling better now. But it's one of those things, like as soon as you sort of get out of your rhythm, it's hard to get back into it. And it has been like a good 2 weeks now. And I don't want to say I forgot, but I think my body did. And it also got colder, so it makes it a little harder to get up in the morning. It's weird. So that whole circadian rhythm that you have, that's a real thing. I think going to sleep and waking up at the same time is hugely important. I can feel it. I can feel it on my productivity. I can feel it on my drive, everything, on how I feel, my mood. So it's important. We are closing in on sort of the slow season in real estate in New York, so hasn't been as busy. But again, I think that's partially also my fault because I haven't been as busy. I haven't sort of been as on point as I wish I had been. But can't win all the time. Almost not all the time, but gotta ups and downs, right? Ups and downs. One thing I will say though is I definitely think getting a better hang of sort of managing people, possibly growing our team. We have a lot of exciting projects coming up. They're just not happening right now, which is frustrating. It's one of those, like I have a million things up in the air right now, but nothing is secure. That's something you really gotta be okay with being a real estate agent. You have to be okay with you're this close to having $100 million in your bank account, but you're also this close to being broke. It's a strange way of living, but I'm here for it. Anyways, I'm gonna go into the office. We have a slow day today. Just wanted to also document that, not all days are good days. And even I have down periods. So I'll see you guys at the office. But what was I gonna say? We're working on a bunch of different projects right now. A couple of them will be very exciting. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but on my Instagram, I took a sledgehammer to a wall. And that is a friend of Ryan's, who also is a friend of mine, Austin Rudd, who are part of this very huge, kind of cool project. And can't really say too much yet, but it's going to be fucking awesome. And we're going to be documenting every step of it. Hopefully it will turn out as awesome as I think it will. And then we're doing some commercial ones as well. We have one in Brooklyn Heights that we are listing soon, which is a really cool property. And Brooklyn Heights is where Ryan lives as well. And that area is really cool. It's sort of, how do I explain this, especially if you're not from New York? It's like a village. It's like a sort of like a step back in time, if that makes sense. But it's still very remote. You're one stop away from the city. And it's super easy to get into the city, literally one stop on the train. But you are just right across the street, or right across the water, so it's fantastic views as well. But trying to see if I can get some breakfast, even though it's a little late. What's up, man? Do you guys still serve breakfast? Thank you very much. Nah, it's all good. Thank you. All right. Always count on the delis. You can serve you breakfast at any time of the day. Delis, I want to say, are almost like the fucking... They were open during the pandemic because they were essential. So that's truly how essential they are. And they really are essential to the city. It's a big fact. And to me for sure too. When I used to live in Brooklyn, they were a lot more essential. But they still are in the city, I would say. The World Cup going on in there. The bars are fully packed. The thing that I sort of wanted to cover in this video is that there's always going to be ups and downs in whatever business you are in. It's always, the important thing is that you realize that tough times is a part of life. There's always going to be tough times, but it's important to just keep going. And I hear this all around me all the time. It's like people give up, or especially with Ryan, he's given me this advice before too. You know, it's TTT. I even have that tattooed on me. It's things take time. And that's just true. And most of it is not going to be fun, to be honest with you. What I do looks very fun on the outside, and it almost looks easy, but it's not. There's a reason why 90% of real estate agents quit within the first 2 years of starting. So it's a business that looks very attractive, and getting your license is easy. It's really easy. You can do it in 10 days, and any sort of idiot can really take the license. That's not what becoming a real estate agent is about. That's just you being able to even start. The sort of education of it is way harder, because if you think about it, you can go to school to study for any other job, right? Or you can get an education in something, you can get taught by someone in a specific field, or even Wall Street and trading and all these other things. You can get a mentorship, and you can do all these different things. In real estate, you can't. That's all based on your network, who you know, if you're in the right rooms at the right times, and even just to get a mentor, it's like, okay, but what can you offer? So you have to have some kind of talent. You already have to have a network. If you don't, it's the chances of you making it is just very slim. So it's a rough business to get in, and like I said, you have to be okay with I didn't think I'd bring my wallet. I didn't bring my wallet. I have my card and my wallet's just upstairs, I swear. I used it this morning. This is the Surrey Christmas tree. But yeah, it's one of those things where you will have, again, you're this close to make millions, and you're this close to being broke. So if you're not comfortable with that, it's not a business for you. So, lesson of the day, or advice of the day, that I actually just got, but I'll share it with you guys. So, you know, my whole thing is trying to make real estate sort of approachable for a new crowd, the next generation, and all that good stuff. Next gen agent, not your average agent. Sort of showing that it's for everybody, right? And I think it's a new generation that's buying. We have a lot more new money rather than old money. Most of the people who are making the most money now is new money. It's not generational. So that's sort of what I'm trying to cater to. And one of my friends, what the fuck is that? All right, well, one of my friends said, instead of you just being, and I've been thinking about this for a while, but instead of me just being the hub for that, instead of it just being me, that I should showcase sort of the characters of the next generation, right? Like who it is that I'm dealing with, who it is that I'm talking about. So instead of it just being me in these videos, I'm gonna try to sort of go out and show you guys my friends, show you guys sort of who the next generation is, and who this sort of clientele and this crowd it is that I'm talking about, who they really are. So I'm trying to showcase that, and I will be showcasing that more in the future. And I think that was great advice. So that's something to keep in mind if you're trying to promote a brand, or you're trying to grow a community. Or you're self-promoting, instead of just self-promoting, you promote the community and promote other people while promoting you, if that makes sense. So your page, or whatever your sort of platform is, should be the hub for the community that you're trying to grow, or the brand that you're trying to grow. So let's say if you are trying to sell baseball gear, then instead of you talking about baseball gear, have other people that are into baseball talk about it, and maybe interview them, do podcasts on it, have other people involved, have the clients you're looking for involved with your brand. That's what that sort of means, and that was a good advice that I got today, so I'm happy I heard that. Sort of fun fact here is that when I was younger, I think I was 17 at the time. Damn, I can't cross it. But I was 17 at the time, and I probably shouldn't have been going to the clubs at that point, but I was modeling, so I was in a sort of unique situation where I was allowed into these places. But right here is where we used to sit. We're in Soho. Is where we used to sit, and hold on. Hey, buddy. No worries. What's it called? So I'm heading over there today to talk to him, and basically I'm not going to give him any numbers yet. I'm just going to sort of pitch him on the idea of Surhant and us listing it, and just sort of basically get the agreement done, that we can get it and what price and all that other stuff, like our commission, right? But I'm not going to make any numbers yet because he still hasn't given us the rent roll, so my plan is to sort of give that tonight. But what the research that I've been getting is that this basically, since most of them are rent stabilized, we're not going to be able to sell this as something that we can turn into condos, right? Like, it's not going to be, this is... Sorry, that was a call for the property that we are trying to sell. The unfortunate part is that the owner really thinks his property is worth like 10 million. It's a bigger sort of commercial space that has rental apartments in it, and then a restaurant at the bottom floor. He thinks it's worth like 10 million. Really, it's worth 2, and he's lived there for like 40 years. So this is like his ticket out. But we'll see. We're going over to set expectations. But what I was saying is that's when I was promoting, so we would run up to girls on the street and literally sit over there in Soho and say, hey, come over here, come out with us. That was sort of my first try at cold calling. I don't know what's happening here, but I guess it's sneaker is dropping. Sorry. These specific streets in Soho are famous for all their Instagrammers. Influencers in the wild, as they say. And we are filming today with Phil for some commercials that we're doing. And those should be really exciting. We're sort of trying to create newer, more fun commercials. But of course I don't have like a 100K ad budget right now. So we're gonna try to do them sort of low budget, but also in a fun and more exciting way, not just like, hey, I'm a real estate agent, use me. We're gonna come up with some creative and cool ways and fun ways to do that. So watch out for those, and I'll give you some behind the scene looks today. So we're at B&H, which is in Midtown, picking up some lights for Phil for the video that we're doing later. Just sort of a very famous store in New York City. You can get anything light-wise. So, unfortunately, it's raining outside today, so we have to cancel our shoot. But I'm heading to the gym instead, which is always a good use of time. I'm gonna stop recording though because I need to listen to music to get into my gym mode. What did I want to say? Just that, I guess, with going to the gym. I'm not really in a mood to go to the gym. I don't really want to go to the gym. I don't really have a sort of pushing through. I know I'm not gonna. Well, not that I don't know I'm not gonna perform well, but I'm not like in a I'm gonna go crush it today mood. But even when you're not in that mood, just go do it, push through it. You'll likely feel better after. So that's sort of something I try to do often when I'm feeling not down, because I don't really feel down, to be honest with you, but when you're feeling low or maybe not as motivated and not as on point as you usually are. So with that being said, I'm getting into my mode. The point with this video is sometimes when you're feeling, and I know this sounds impossible maybe, and it sounds ignorant, but sometimes when you're feeling low, or you feel like you just can't get out of bed, or you're not in the right mood for something, you're feeling lazy, the real, and I know, again, maybe your mindset just isn't right, but for me, even though I don't want to do something, or if I don't feel right, and I'm not in a mood, I'm not motivated, just do it. Just fucking do it. I don't always want to wake up at 4 a.m. I don't always want to go to the gym. I don't always want to work. But I do. The best motivation, the best key to success that I could give you is Nike's slogan. And it's just do it. Just do it. Like, feelings, leave your feelings, push your feelings to the side. I can't get out of bed, I don't feel this and that. Fuck what you're feeling. Just do it. Just go do it. So, everyone has ups and downs, and that's fine. Things take time. Have a good one, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that helps if you're feeling down and you're not feeling motivated. Thank you.